everyone, welcome back to another 2v2 battle. I am playing as Bretonnia. My ally is the Vampire Counts. We are facing off against the Greenskins and the Empire. My army is pretty standard as my army goes for Bretonnia, pretty much. 4 spearmen, 3 peasant bows. I usually go with 2, but I added a third. I went lighter on the men-at-arms. I only brought 2 of them because we have a flying paladin, of course, King Lewin, and a damsel mounted. And we also have 2 Knights of the Realm. Over here, I'm trying out the Bretonnian Yeoman Archers again. So we have 2 Yeoman Archers here, and then they are backed up by a Pegasus Knight in case they got in trouble. In case someone had anything deployed over here, I needed something to stop a enemy cav charge, so we didn't lose these immediately. But the enemy went all the way over here. Before we get to them, my Vampire ally here. We have a Vampire currently flying towards the enemy army. We have an odd formation. The Tithe, 3 is Skeletal Spearmen, the Sternsmen, or Sternsmen, Vlad von Karstein, Banshee, Claw of Nagash, Unholy Lodestone, Corpse Card, a Varix Reavers, which you don't see often, the renowned group of Black Knights? Yeah, Black Knights with Lances, and then a White King. For our enemies here, man, my camera is just going like way out of the bounds, what the heck? Enemies here, we have 2 Giants, an Arachnarok, a Troll, a generic Orc Warboss mounted on a board, 3 Orc Error Boys, 3 Savage Orcs, or 4 Savage Orcs. Yeah, 4. And then 3 Goblins. For the Empire, we have 3 Swordsmen, 3 Spears, 2 Handgunners, 2 Crossbows, Great Cannon, group of Imperial Knights, a Luminark of Heesh, and what's your name? Volkmar the Grim, mounted on his special chariots, and then a light wizard on top of that. So for the Imperial army, what I'm worried about here is the Luminark of Hish, because that thing, if it hits my heroes, can deal so much damage, so very much damage. Their infantry is nothing too concerning. Great Cannon can be a little damaging. Imperial Knights are pretty cheap and easier to kill out of the Empire Knights, or at least as they go, so I'm not too concerned about them. So over here, the Vampire is going to be harassing the Orc army. She's going to cast a Spirit Leech on the Orc Warboss, which is okay. Totally understandable why you do that. The thing I didn't understand here is that she cast a Fate of Buna on the Savage Orcs. The Savage Orcs, I mean, they could deal some damage, but like, I don't know if I would throw Fate of Buna on a Savage Orc. It does damage. Like, they're really not that scary. Or maybe that's just me. Maybe I don't fear them that much. Maybe I should. But anyway, Fate of Buna was dropped, and the Vampire took some damage, but that's okay because she can regenerate through that. I bring up the King and the Paladin just in case I want to do any charges. We get a couple shots off on these Savage Orcs. But this group is going to be on its way towards the Empire player because we want to shut down these Great Cannons who are currently firing at us. They're firing at our Mounted Yeomen. I would fire at the Pegasus Knights, but, you know, Mounted Yeomen are fine too. Anyway, Pegasus Knights are going to be charging this Great Cannon, which is a little out of position now, because the rest of the army is moving forward without it. So it's a perfect target for us. I've run up my Damsel to cast a Chain Lightning spell. I believe that's what the spell's called. It does some damage. It does some. Like most Vortex spells, it's honestly not that impressive, but it looks cool. There you go. It did some damage. We have Varix Reavers and the White King going to be pulling behind the Savage Orc group, and they are going to be trying to target, I believe they go after the Orc Warboss. Over here, our Great Cannon, or sorry, not ours, but the enemy Great Cannon is being routed by the Pegasus Knights. We did take some damage from the crossbows, but we are going to be pulling out and finishing off this Great Cannon crew with our Mounted Yeomen, who are out of range of the foot archers over here. So that's what they're going to be doing. As the Vampire comes in for a quick charge. That's the thing about flying heroes, man. They are so powerful. They are so powerful. They're so mobile. They can do these little quick hit and runs. They're super annoying. Oh, whoa, they're still firing. I guess they get a couple shots on the Varix Reavers, who are now charging the back of the Savage Orcs. This White King was going after the Orc Warboss, but gets caught by the Savage Orcs. Yeah, here we go. We're finishing them off now with the Mounted Yeomen. Okay. I guess they still got one shot off, but that's okay. But anyway, yeah, the Varix Reavers over here are going to be dealing with these Savage Orcs and the Troll, along with the White King, and the Vampire is going to be coming over here as well to help them. Our peasant bows are going to be dealing some damage to this orc war boss and to the savage orcs as they march forward. Not sure what this is. A Claw of Nagash. Or only one of the shots got him. Here goes another chain lightning spell, and the goblins in this group of orc archers. Again, it's okay. Not the best. Knights of the Realm enter position to charge the orc archers as soon as the rest of the army marches forward. Over here, man oh man. So I get netted. I did not notice the light wizard. I had no idea they had one. I was going to do a quick charge on these crossbows and get the heck out and get some shots in with our mounted yeomen, but we get netted. So we're going to take a lot of damage from everything on screen here, but I'm trying to make the best of a bad situation. In normal situations, you need to be very careful with mounted yeomen when firing against foot crossbows or foot handgunners because they have a higher range than you, and they will kill you a lot quicker than you kill them. But in this situation, everyone is focused on the Pegasus Knights, so I risk it, and I pull in our mounted yeomen a little bit closer and get some shots on these handgunners, and I think some crossbows too. And then our Pegasus Knights, I think, rout, but they will come back. Meanwhile, the orc army is coming into our lines. There comes in Ragnarok. It goes right into the spears. We're going to get some shots off. Our paladin over here actually got shot by the Luminark of Heesh, I think twice. But I do notice this finally, and I'm going to cast or use the one potion that I gave him, and he's going to be okay. Giants have taken a lot of damage, but they're going to just go right through a spear line. Literally just walk over all my spears, because who cares about spears? And so I'm like, oh shit, I got to pull my peasant bows out of here, because here comes the second one. One of them didn't make it, though. That's unfortunate. And then here comes the Vampire Count army, who was posted behind mine, and they're going to charge this giant who is now isolated. I'm still trying to get my peasant bows out of there. Peasant bows is going to be focusing mainly on the giants, the orc war boss, and the Ragnarok. No, actually just the giants and the orc war boss. I think is what they're focusing on. I threw in a man-at-arms group against this Ragnarok because they are armor-piercing and anti-large, so it's kind of one of the best things I have to deal with in a Ragnarok. It's not the best, but it's what I got. My paladin, I'm going to buff him. There's the potion of toughness. It's going to wear off soon. I'm going to cast his armor, penetration, and charge buff spell, and I'm going to charge him against the Ragnarok as well. The king is going to be going over here to assist my Knights of the Realm, who are now charging against this orc archer line. Very nice charge. Very, very nice charge. But they are going to get surrounded by these savage orcs. My other Knight of the Realm is going to go over here to assist these units over there. And then the king should be on his way soonish into this situation. Again, I'll do a cinematic battle after this one because I'm going to be kind of all over the place. Over here is the Curse of the Midnight Wind dropped by our damsel to try and help what's going on over here. Luminark of Hish, I think, was just aiming for our spears. Either that or the lodestone. But it looked like it was aiming for the spears. Maybe it just missed. I hope it was aiming for the lodestone, though, because it doesn't make any sense to shoot Bretonnian spearmen with a Luminark of Heesh. Meanwhile, back here, my mounted yeomen for the rest, well, not the rest of the battle, but for a while are going to be doing like hit and runs against this back gunner and crossbow line because they are, their attention is split. They want to fire over here, but I want them to be focused over here so I don't have to worry about them shooting over here. Nope, that made sense. Peasant bow's going down on the orc war boss because I wanted to try and focus him down and murder him. The man-at-arms, the spearmen, actually do a lot of damage with the paladin backup. Over here, the Knights of the Realm are going to get shot up, but I'm going to try and do cycle charges. The king is totally fine because he's the king. He is backed up by Varric Reavers and the White King. My other Knights of the Realm are finally going to be going over here by my mounted yeoman, who has done a lot of damage to this crossbow unit, and now the Empire player finally noticed. So this was the whole goal of my mounted yeoman and why I kept them over here, is to do this type of damage to the Empire player. When they finally notice, that means they're going to be switching their ranged units to try and drive them off. So we drive off for a bit, and then we come back and do it again. They are an harassing unit, the mounted yeoman, which is why I don't use them, because I'm usually bad at micromanaging all over the field, which is what this is forcing me to do. But I'm trying to get better at it, which is why I'm forcing myself to use mounted yeoman archers. Pegasus Knights are going to be coming back and charging some crossbows again. My ally right here is starting to draw a circle right here to get my attention, and I noticed that Volkmar the Grim is now chasing this vampire. And I'm like, oh, That presents an opportunity. He's an isolated Volkmar. So I'm going to be throwing in my knights to try and pin him down, and then I'm going to be throwing the king to go and kill him. Because the king can win against Volkmar in a one-on-one fight pretty easily. Meanwhile, the enemy archers and gunners are now focusing their attention back on the main fight. Luminark is firing at... I believe they were firing at Vlad. But Vlad's turnman and spearman took that shot. Oh, man. The Arachnarok has been routed, but I didn't give our man-at-arms unit another order, so they re-engaged and are going to rout it again. These Knights of the Realm have charged a couple times, but I think eventually they are going to fall. Or mostly fall. There goes the king off towards Volkmar the Grim. Our mounted yeomen are now coming back again to try and do more damage. My Pegasus Knights are getting netted once more, but there really wasn't many left. So at this point, I think using that Winds of Magic against them is kind of a victory for us. I think I only had like 5 Pegasus Knights left. So there we go. We threw them away against these handgunners, and we got netted for it. Again, which I'm okay with at this point, because they're almost dead. Luminark is going up against Vlad again, I think. Oh, connected that time. You can see his little model, he fell. And in the meantime, we're getting our mounted yeomen to do some more damage again to the crossbows. And then here is the king. The Knights of the Realm kept him pinned. The king came in, and now the Knights of the Realm are going to get away from here because I want them to deal with other threats. The king is now buffed and debuffing Volkmar with his AoE Sword of Corone skill, and he is going to do a lot of damage. Luminark is facing this way. Oh, and then Friendly Fires. That's right. Friendly Fires Volkmar's Chariot. And then I'm going to finish off Volkmar. MVP of the game. The Luminark of Hysh. Fuck. Hit Volkmar right in the side. And I remember when I was playing this, I assigned the king to attack Volkmar. And then I went to micromanage something else. And then I came back and I was like, damn. I know the king is strong, but man, he just whooped Volkmar. And then I watched this replay and I was like, oh no, the Luminark of Hysh whooped Volkmar. You gotta watch out for Friendly Fire, man. Luminark of Hysh, it doesn't care what it hits. It will just hit. Anyway, over here, the vampire is trying to kill the Luminark of Hysh. Luckily enough, didn't kill it right before it attacks its own leader. But the Luminark of Hysh is going to be routed off the field. Here comes a Banshee to help in the job. Oh, man. That was beautiful. Just beautiful. MVP of the game right there. Anyway, Peasant Bow is now focusing down a group of unarmored trolls that came into their range. The Peasant Bow is going to be doing so much great damage against unarmored trolls. It's not even funny. So these are going to be melting pretty quickly. My group of men-at-arms are now way out here, still chasing because I totally forgot about them, and they are going to get caught by Savage Orcs. Thank goodness. Because at least this way, they're going to be able to do some damage, because I forgot all about them. My field of view for this battle is, like, over here. And then sometimes I was over here. And then back over here. No idea what this men-at-arms group is doing. So luckily, again, it did work by me not doing any work with it. And it drew a group of Savage Orcs nearby. And now they're going to get to do damage again. Otherwise, this would have just ran and ran and ran. Anyway, let's continue. You can see those group of trolls are now mostly destroyed by the Peasant Bows, focusing fire, who are now still safely behind the Vampire Count line. I posted up some spearmen who came back from routing on the flanks, and you can see this one actually works because it intercepts some Imperial spearmen. Over here, the King and the Paladin are just dealing with the rest of the handgunners and crossbows, along with the White King and the Vampire and the Banshee. Mounted Yeomen are also still back here, just laying down some archer fire. Oh, Volkmar. You poor, poor Volkmar. I believe I cast another Curse of the... Midnight Wind from our Damsel to try and again assist the front line. They have, buddy. Gods have abandoned you. This Orc War Boss gets buried deep inside some Skeletal Spearmen, and that is not where they really want to be because they are currently mounted, so they take a lot of damage, and they are going to shatter, and that's going to lead to a chain shattering and the end of the game. Good game to my opponents and to my ally, and to a quick shout out to that Temple of Luminark of Hysh. You're the true hero of this battle, buddy. Alright, King, 65 kills. Excellent. 54 kills in the Damsel. She never entered melee, so the Did I drop a third one? I think I only did the 2. Those ended up actually killing quite a few units. I'm shocked as well, too. I don't think I sent her. Maybe I did send her to melee. I can't remember. I honestly don't know. Anyway, the Paladin was pretty good, only because he helped rout the Ragnarok Spider with his, I don't know, his damage, I guess. He helped rout an Ragnarok Spider, and then he actually stopped a charge of Imperial Knights at one point, which I didn't really show, but he got into some Imperial Knights and then helped the king deal with crossbows. The Spear Line held great. I'm really happy with the spears. They're very cheap tar pit units, and they did their job well. Peasant Bowmen, they focused down giants, Orc Warboss, and Trolls, so they did their job well, as long as with Savage Orcs, they killed a lot of those. The Knights of the Realm did pretty good. Mounted Yeomen, if properly managed, can do actually really well. That's pretty good. That's a good amount of kills for Mounted Yeomen. The Pegasus Knights, though, well, I mean, you know, the net is kind of like one of their biggest enemies. Oh, they got netted twice. Anyway, for my ally here, 7 kills on Vlad, but he really wasn't in combat that often. The White King did really try that again. The White King did really well. Banshee did pretty good. The Vampire was excellent, just harassing all over the place, casting spells. The Tithe Zombies, they held the line, I guess. It's got 17 kills out of it. Skeletal Spearmen helped bring down some giants. The Sternsmen just kind of held the line. I don't think they were really into combat that long, so that's why they kind of got little kills. Varix Reavers did really well against Savage Orcs and Orc Archers, along with that White King. They were a very deadly force. The Claw and Gash, 25 kills is pretty good. And the Unholy Lodestone isn't going to get many kills. It's a support unit. For the Greenskin players, 78 kills, and the Orc Warboss is really good. Goblins did really well. Savage Orcs mostly got shut down for the most part, as did the Orc Archers, as did the Trolls, although they did do some damage against Varix Reavers. In fact, they may have been the ones who killed them. I can't remember. And the Giants did pretty well until they got focused down. And the Ragnarok had 85 kills before it was routed off the field. It can definitely get a lot more, but that's still not bad considering what I threw against it. And then for the Empire player, Volkmar, 10 kills. Light Wizard, 3 kills. Where's the Luminark Hish? 66 kills. MVP. Crossbows did some damage, but we shut them down. The Swordsman did some damage, but I wasn't really worried about them, as did the Spearmen. But they still got a really good amount of kills. The Handgunners got some decent amount of kills, but the Empire Knights really didn't get to do too much. We stopped them once, and then they charged the Paladin in the back instead of charging against my... Like, this Imperial Knight should have been waiting in the wings until my Peasant Bows were not really protected, and then just charging them. These things, the Imperial Knights can rout a Peasant Bow instantly, and get a lot of kills doing it. But the one time that they actually did threaten the Peasant Bows, I threw my Paladin in there, but then I pulled the Paladin out, and these were not used again. I think the player maybe just forgot to use them at that point, probably, I'm guessing. But anyway, again, good game to my opponents and to my ally. Let's take a look at a more cinematic. Wah, orcs. Wah. Ooh! I don't think he's getting back up. Yep, don't think he's getting back up at all. Oh! Oh! No, my camera! There we go. I love how giants just walk through anything. They don't care. Why should they? They're like 50 feet tall. Ooh. Whoa. Oh man, the double breath. Oh, I didn't even realize Banshee was tanking a giant. Truly an epic duel. Oh man! Oh shit! I think we just have to take a moment and appreciate what just happened there. I mean, not that she did it by herself, but damn, she like cut his pinky toe and he dropped. Who paid this giant off to take a fall? They are a hero. Just how much money did it take to pay off a giant, though? That's what it looks like, you know? You just don't even connect with the punch, and the person just falls because they're... Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Let's go over here. Not that anything interesting happens over here or anything.
Lance formation, now!
And this little maneuver right here, the repositioning, that's what does it, buddy. And this is the 1-2 punch. One. Oh, maybe 3 punches. Boom! Yeah, you did it, buddy. That was all you. That was all you.
Call the unchivalrous brutes!
This necromancer's in a bad spot. That's devotion, man. That zombie's head flew off and it still fought. Well, it was going to until it got hit again. It's a wizard zombie. Oh. Because it was just like levitating its weapon. That would truly be a terrifying sight. This just flying corpse cart with spectral horses and wraiths and skeletons. Like, that would just be insane. There you go, everybody. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all next time. Take care.